CoastTV.
Troopers searching for a teen who ran away from the Sussex Consortium near this area in Lewis, how you can identify him, and what to do if you see him. One person killed from a fire in Lewis early this morning. Where in the city the fire happened?
From the beaches to the bay, coverage you can count on. CoastTV, your local news at 11 starts right now.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Britt Leone. Welcome to Coast TV News Midday. We're starting this morning with some breaking news. This morning, you might have noticed a Delaware State Police helicopter flying over Lewis or Milton. Delaware State Police say troopers are searching around the Sussex Consortium in Lewis for a 16-year-old boy who ran away from the consortium. Police describe him as an at-risk white male. He was last seen wearing a gray sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and a black backpack. Police say they don't know which direction he ran to or where he's going, and they do ask, if you find him, to please call 911. The Delaware State Fire Marshal's office is investigating a fire that happened around 2:30 a.m. this morning in Lewis that killed someone. The office says one person was found dead inside a trailer home. The fire happened on McNichol Road in the McNichol Place mobile home community near Savannah Road. The office says state fire investigators are still on the scene looking for what caused the fire. Let's check in on the weather now, taking a live look into our tunnel and razor camera in Lewis. It's a little bit cloudy out there, but at least the sun is peeking out. Our first alert meteorologist, Bob Trihey, he's joining us now with the first look at the forecast. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Britt. Certainly looks like a fall sky, doesn't it? Deep blue skies. We've got some of those stratocumulus clouds now building. It was sunny all morning, and now the clouds are building up. And it's cool, but it's warming up slowly. Upper 50s to right around 60 in Georgetown right now, 59 in Millsboro, 59 in Selbyville. Lewis, you're at 58, and right on the beach in Rehoboth at 60 degrees. We continue with a persistent north and northwest wind around 6 to 12 miles per hour. So you'll need that jacket heading into the afternoon, need that windbreaker. Here's a visible satellite picture. You can see the clouds beginning to build up. What we have is a trough of low pressure and the heating of the earth. We're starting to pop up those clouds across the area. And that will be the case into the afternoon. Lower 60s around noon on Futurecast, and then more extensive clouds by 2. Maybe a sprinkle. Don't need the umbrella with low 60s as we go into the afternoon hours. Still a little cloudy around 5, but then we start to clear things out as we go into the evening hours. So it's going to be a brisk day with temperatures in the 60s, but we do gradually warm it up with rain chances by the end of the week into the weekend. I'll talk about that coming up.
Okay, thank you, Bob. In developing news, we're awaiting the possibility of an appeal from the defense team of Randon Wilkerson, the man who on Monday was found guilty on all charges in the 2021 murder of Del Mar Police Officer Corporal Keith Heacook. The bench trial in Sussex County Superior Court on Monday took less than 2 hours. Sentencing in this case is scheduled for December 8th. We've learned some new shocking details about that April day in 2021. Documents read by Judge Craig Karsnitz revealed Heacook was beaten to death with a 20-pound dumbbell. And after being arrested, Wilkerson also told a Delaware State Police trooper, quote, "I killed him. I smashed him over the head with a weight." Footage from the crime scene you can see here show where Heacook was attacked, and across the street where Wilkerson confessed to beating his elderly neighbors with angel figurines. Family and friends told Coast TV they were happy Wilkerson was found guilty, but wish Delaware still had capital punishment.
I wish we bring back the death penalty. That's what we need. This is certainly a case that screamed for the death penalty, no question about it.
Everyone from family, friends to fellow police officers are still devastated by the loss of Corporal Heacook, but they did seem relieved by the verdict in the court.
The verdict is in, and that more than likely this young man will spend the rest of his life behind bars. But I will say that he got a better shake than my officer did. So we move forward.
It's impossible not to cry when you see a human being that was at your house 7 or 8 days earlier than this having oysters and hot dogs on your grill, when you see him in that kind of condition.
Oh, without a doubt. There's nothing we can do to bring Keith back and to bring back all the great work that he did as a Del Mar police officer. But I wish we'd bring back the death penalty. That's what we need. This is certainly a case that screamed for the death penalty, no question about it.
You just heard it in that last clip. The death penalty was mentioned. With that in mind, we're going to take a brief look at the history of capital punishment in Delaware. The state did away with the practice in 1958, only to have it return in 1961. In 1986, legislation was passed that made lethal injection the mode of execution. In 1991, Delaware changed its law for the jury to recommend the penalty and then the judge to decide the sentence. Then on August 2nd, 2016, the Delaware Supreme Court ruled that Delaware's death penalty was unconstitutional. Moving on, in Ocean City, the proposed Margaritaville resort clears a big hurdle in the effort to bring the Jimmy Buffett-themed resort to the Maryland coast. On Monday night, the mayor and council approved an ordinance that allows the city to give up its rights to the airspace on Washington Lane between 13th and 14th Streets. While the project hasn't achieved full approval to start construction yet, getting the air rights issue resolved is a key part of the plans. In national news, President Joe Biden will visit Israel tomorrow. Attacks from the terrorist organization Hamas started 2 weeks ago. The trip comes as the House Foreign Affairs Committee is drafting legislation to authorize U.S. military force, quote, in the event it's necessary. John Lawrence shows us what could come from the presidential visit and potential help from the United States.
As the war between Israel and Hamas escalates, President Joe Biden will meet with Israeli officials, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Wednesday, according to Secretary of State Antony Blinken.
The United States and Israel have agreed to develop a plan that will enable humanitarian aid from donor nations and multilateral organizations to reach civilians in Gaza, and them alone, including the possibility of creating areas to help keep civilians out of harm's way.
Blinken adds that Biden will, quote, reaffirm the United States' solidarity with Israel. That's a stance agreed upon by the Senate's majority and minority leaders.
I will be working with the administration on putting together an emergency supplemental that will give Israel the tools it needs to defend itself.
The surest way to stop violence against Israelis and oppression of Palestinians is to wipe terrorists like Hamas from the face of the earth.
The 26th Marine Expeditionary Unit is headed to the waters off the coast of Israel, and the Pentagon is preparing U.S. troops for a potential deployment to the country for medical and logistical support. But the Biden White House is still looking for a diplomatic solution.
The president still believes, even for all this conflict, he still believes in the promise of a two-state solution, that the Palestinians deserve their own state, a place where they can call home.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan says there is a risk this war could result in a much wider conflict for the region. Still to come, why Comico County Sheriff's Office investigating a stabbing in Del Mar. What argument investigators say led to this stabbing? CoastTV News Midday is back right after this.
The new upscale OC Chopsticks Asian Bistro is the place to go for fresh, hand-selected ingredients used to create the most delicious Asian delicacies. Come dine in, have a drink, and let our skilled chefs prepare your authentic Thai, Chinese, and Japanese dishes. At OC Chopsticks, we take what was good and make it better. Sushi rolls, noodle soups, General Tso's chicken, you see where we're going. Anything made fresh is better. Serving lunch and dinner daily, located at the Ocean City outlets. OC Chopsticks Asian Bistro, we stay fresh.
Today at 4 on Coast Life, delve into mom moments. Empower yourself with Get Home Safely self-defense tips. And get ready to time warp with the Rocky Horror Show at Milton Theater. Coast Life today at 4 on CoastTV.
When you visit the Delmarva Design Center, you'll experience a selection of appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring all together in one showroom. The 10,000 square foot location has a variety of inspiring samples for any project size or budget. Your dedicated product experts and designers collaborate to bring your dream project to life. Come and see what the kitchen industry buzz is all about. Experience the Delmarva Design Center in Selbyville, Delaware, serving all of Delmarva's coast.
Welcome to the ride home on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. First rule of the ride home, we definitely talk about the ride home. In fact, tell all your friends. Second rule of the ride home, we have fun. Top 10 Tuesday, Would You Rather Wednesday, and every day you pick the songs on the high five. And the third rule of the ride home, we don't take ourselves too seriously. You've got enough to stress about. So let me handle the ride home, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
We'll go dancing, dancing, dancing with your shadows. Dancing with your shadows.
I know I used to be crazy. That's 'cause I used to be young. Dance, dance the night away.
1025 WBOC.
Just so alive, it's amazing. I think it's time we take the ground.
93.5 The Beach.
A neighborhood watch was the focus of a discussion in Ellendale yesterday. A town committee is considering a neighborhood watch and the installation of neighborhood watch signs around town. These signs you see on your screen have already been approved by the Ellendale Town Council. This morning, investigators in Wicomico County will resume finding some information into a stabbing in Delmar. The Sheriff's Office says deputies responded to the 8900 block of Shell Road and the 8800 block of Arch Drive for 2 stabbing victims. Investigators say 2 boys had been arguing over a girl when one of the boys was stabbed. The Sheriff's Office says the boy who was stabbed as he was trying to run away. One minor has been charged and referred to the Department of Juvenile Service.
We're seeing sun and clouds this morning on our Tyndall's Casual Furniture cam, and more clouds into the afternoon hours and possibly a sprinkle or two. Otherwise, a gradual warming trend this week with a chance of rain Friday into a part of the weekend. I know, not the best timing. However, the entire weekend should not be a rain out. It won't be rained out. I'll track it on Futurecast coming up next.
Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers, is looking for your help to stock the shelves at the Joseph House in time for the holidays. The annual Joseph House Food Drive is Saturday, November 18th from 10 to 1 in the parking lot of the Wicomico Civic Center. Please help by dropping off non-perishable food items for those in need. All food donations are accepted no matter your neighborhood. Coast Country Cares, brought to you by Spicer Brothers.
Doctors, lawyers, teachers, bus drivers, cashiers, librarians, the helpful smile of a helper, a caretaker, a healer, a giver can also hide the deepest suffering. Domestic violence impacts everyone, even our everyday heroes. What Is Your Voice is here to help. Call our helpline at 302-467-3310 or visit whatisyourvoice.org.
Yeah, we getting all fired up, getting ready for the players when they line up. Think it's time we go and get them lights up. Let them high school lights ignite us. 'Cause we fighters, coming with a hut like this. Coming with a pick six like that. Gonna be a showdown, so big. Think it's time for football night to impact. High school football is everything. Hey, hey, let's go. For the win, for the gold, for the crown, the ring. High school football is everything.
Welcome to Paris, home of French bread, wine, and now the Olympics. And that's how we kick off the games.
So it's a blimp that looks like bread?
No, it's real bread. It's a baguette, actually.
And how does it fly?
Let me see here. Nope.
Wonder Woman on a mission. Next in Sun Edition, Gal Gadot, what she's doing to get the 199 hostages released. Her appeal to the world. Then, you've heard of hoarder houses, but you've never seen anything like this. A hoarder car.
There was a ceiling fan, a microwave, a ton of chairs, bicycles.
Watch the next in Sun Edition.
Today at 5:30 on Coast TV.
It is an absolutely spectacular mid-October day across Del Mar. Check this out on our Gateway Subaru Cam. Lots of blue skies. Seeing a few cumulus clouds out there right now in the Atlantic Ocean. Looking just a different shade of blue. Looking great. Not seeing any umbrellas out there right now. So obviously we're moving into fall and folks are going back to work and staying away from the beach, or at least going in the water. Hey, the leaves are changing. Notice some colors driving in today. And right now we'll call it patchy. The forecast peak is in about 7 to 10 days when we should see some nice colors. And we typically peak mid to late October into Delmarva. So that's what we're looking at as we go through the next week or so. Temperatures average around 69 on this date. And right now I'm thinking around 64 as we go into this afternoon. So temperatures will be below average today and tomorrow as well, right around 66. But then we finally go above average by Thursday, around 70 to 71 Friday, and then a little cooler on Saturday. That's when I think we'll start to see a little bit of rain moving into the picture. No such thing today as we're looking at temperatures upper 50s to right around 60 in Rehoboth, 59 in Georgetown, 59 in Delmar, 61 in Salisbury right now. So just a gorgeous late morning. It is a little cool. We've got this northwest breeze around 6 to 12 miles per hour, adding a bit of a bite to the air. And we're starting to build up those cumulus clouds on the visible satellite picture as well. We've got a trough of low pressure across the east coast, so some unstable air a lot, but when the earth heats, we see those clouds popping up, and that's what we have across Delmarva right now. And those clouds will increase with time as we are seeing a few showers off to our west, and there is a little disturbance to our north. And as that drops through, it's possible we could see a sprinkle or a light shower into this afternoon. So here's 1 p.m. on Futurecast, 63 Millsboro, 60 in Delmar, 59 in Dewey Beach. And as we go through the afternoon, you can see these little blips of green showing up, maybe a sprinkle or a shower with the heating of the day, with around 62 or 63 of the high inland areas. And then this evening, the clouds will start to part. And as we go into Wednesday morning, clearing out, watch out for areas of patchy fog and cold. Temperatures in the 40s to around 50. By Wednesday afternoon, a little milder, less in the way of cloud cover, mid-60s, Selbyville, back through Ellendale, a little cooler along the coast. And then moving into Thursday, a chilly start, maybe some fog, and then upper 60s to around 70 later on in the day. And as we look at the winds, we're looking at northwesterly winds, not especially strong, but they'll continue out of the northwest as we go into Wednesday. And then they start to shift to the south, and that will introduce more warmth and some moisture, and unfortunately rain Friday into the weekend, some scattered showers. It's possible we could see a bigger storm developing off the coast as we go into later Friday. But right now, it looks like it's a little disorganized, this trough of low pressure. But on Saturday, here's 3:30. You can see the heavier rain offshore. I think we will see some of those showers over Delmarva into Saturday night. Right now, Sunday just looks blustery and cooler. So right now, we'll call it a 50-50 weekend, a better chance of rain heading into Saturday. Paul Davis, 7-day forecast. 64 today, 66 Wednesday, 70 Thursday. Showers Friday, 71. A better chance of rain Saturday, 66. And then it dries out Sunday. And Monday is chilly, but dry with a high of 60.
A reminder, you can hear Coast TV news and weather updates throughout the day on our family of radio stations. That's Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 FM on 93.5 The Beach and on Big 107.7. And the holiday season is going to be here before we know it. That means the return of Draper Media's Bless Our Children campaign. Through generous donations from businesses and people just like you, we do our best to make sure every child has a present to open Christmas morning. And we do that by supporting nonprofits that handpick families in need. Applications for nonprofits are due October 31st.
Hey there, everybody. Here's a look at what's happening today at 4 o'clock on Coast Life.
You know there's always something going on at the Milton Theater, including the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
And every single week we are keeping you safe with Seaside Krav Maga in Lewis. We have this week's Get Home Safely tip.
And we're going to share some more mom moments, just those times that unite all the moms and families out there and remind you that, you know, parenthood is what it is.
That's right. All of that is happening today at 4 o'clock. Just turn on Coast TV and tune in to Coast Life. See you there.
10, 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Enjoy 10 songs in a row, brought to you by Pohanka of Salisbury. Is your deck ready for the next family party? Let Paul Davis show you how easy, stress-free, and quick we can resurface or install a new AZEK deck for you. The AZEK decking looks like wood, insect-resistant, and won't fade. We can see you as soon as tomorrow, offer a free design, and have an estimate that day. Don't want to pay now? Take advantage of our no payment, no interest option until 2024. This is the last chance of the year to get composite decking for the same price as salt-treated wood. Paul Davis Restoration Home Remodeling, we are the difference makers.
Weather shapes our lives. At Coast TV, our First Alert weather team is always at work, ensuring you have the information you need.
So we're looking forward to begin to make its way towards Fenwick Island pretty quickly here.
Because we know how much weather matters to our coastal community.
Make sure you take cover from these storms.
In sunshine or storms, our promise is to guide, inform, and protect.
Make sure you are remaining weather aware tomorrow.
Weather coverage that prioritizes you. Coast TV and the First Alert weather team. Your safety, our commitment.
Join Cancer Support Community Delaware for the annual Pink Affair, Friday, October 20th at Solero in Rehoboth Beach. This elegant event will feature a luncheon, stylish boutique, silent auction, 50/50 raffle, and an opportunity to visit with friends. Tickets are $65 with proceeds helping fund critical programming for participants, caregivers, and families impacted by cancer in Sussex County. For more info, visit cancersupportdelaware.org.
Solo Cup Saturday night. It's an alternative country party with me, Jared. Brought to you by Midshore Recyclers Incorporated. Saturdays at 7 on Coast Country, 103.9 and 106.3.
Get the Coast TV First Alert weather app with live satellite and radar, severe weather alerts, and extended forecast. Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app. Brought to you by Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
A federal agency is suing X, which used to be known as Twitter, for wrongfully firing an employee over a return-to-office mandate. It happened when a company leader at X told employees their resignations were implied if they didn't show up to work in person. One employee reached out to coworkers on Slack and said they didn't resign and instead forced the company to fire them. The National Labor Relations Board alleges that worker was fired for engaging in, quote, concerted activity. Those actions are federally protected by law. Still to come, the FDA wants to ban cigarettes. What kind of cigarette could soon not be available to smoke? That's next in Health News when we're back right after this.
We're Coast Country, and we're Delmarva proud.
When you bank with the Farmers Bank of Willards, something wonderful happens. You make a difference in your own community. The Farmers Bank has remained locally owned and operated for nearly 100 years, and decisions on where to invest profits are still made right here by local people. In just the last 25 years, over $200 million have been reinvested into our local economy to help local families, businesses, schools, towns, and youth programs build and grow and prosper.
Switch to the Farmers Bank of Willards, where people matter.
We traveled the country and the world looking for cool gems and antiques just for you, bringing a unique collection of items for the most interesting store at the beach. Here at Buddhas and Beads, we also buy estate jewelry, costume jewelry, gold and silver, or any antiques. We're always looking to build our collection. We buy one piece or an entire estate. We got a super cool shop, great prices, and we pay the most for your gold and silver. Come on in to Buddhas and Beads on Rehoboth Avenue.
Get in gear with Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3.
It's Free Truck Fridays, your ticket to a new 2023 Ford Ranger thanks to Pohanka Ford of Salisbury. Stay tuned to Big D and Bubba all week as they reveal the Free Truck Friday song.
Then listen to April and me to play the song. Be caller 10 and you might be parking a new 2023 Ford Ranger in your driveway.
Drive over to coastcountry.com for all the details.
Coast Country's Free Truck Fridays with Pohanka Ford of Salisbury,
where your drive to work
could upgrade your ride home.
Scoops and scores and Friday night lights. Football coverage like you've never seen before on the Delmarva Sports Network. Live game of the night every Friday, including the pre, half, and post-game show, Scoops and Scores. Plus, we'll take you around Delmarva for the latest real-time scores during Friday night lights. Tune in to DSN Friday nights this fall season. Scoops and scores and Friday Night Lights, only on the Delmarva Sports Network. Local teams, big dreams.
There's a psycho in my head. I'm closer to the edge, making me feel like I'm living in misery. Answer the call, even in wrong. You're the one born to save.
93.5 The Beach.
NBC News Daily, weekdays at 1 on CoastTV.
The White House is reviewing an FDA plan to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. Approval from the Office of Management and Budget is the last step before it's finalized. But exactly when that could happen isn't known yet. Scientists say menthol makes smoking more addictive and appealing to young people. In fact, the CDC reports more than half of kids who smoke use menthol products. The American Lung Association approves of the ban. Experts think the tobacco industry will fight it in court if it does get that final approval.
It is a gorgeous October day across Delmarva, seeing sun and clouds on the Hershey exteriors. Cam, more clouds into the afternoon and possibly a sprinkle or a shower. Don't need your umbrella or raincoat, otherwise gradual warming this week. A chance of rain Friday into a part of the weekend. Here we go again with the rain on the weekend, right? It shouldn't be a washout. I'll have the 10-day forecast after the break.
You've kept me here for months. Now what?
New case. There has to be a trail.
You want my expertise?
You think you're in control, but you're not.
Found tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
You are a government agent.
Area 51.
Seen any UFOs yet? What the? Where are you, Ben?
Quantum Leap, Wednesday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Delmarva's classic rock. Big 107.7.
Everyone opens up to Tamron Hall.
And on the next Tamron Hall, her high-profile family lived through the unthinkable when her mother was murdered in the family's home. But it's how she fought through the grief with grit and grace and gratitude that makes her story truly remarkable. Filmmaker and former diplomat Nicole Avant, daughter of Motown mogul Clarence Avant, on her personal secrets to living and sharing a good life. Next Tamron Hall.
Tuesday at 3 on CoastTV.
Middays with me, April Brilliant. It's a feel-good show on your radio.
April is the easiest way to get through your workday.
She can play your favorite song.
She can help you find your furry friend.
The easiest way to get through your workday is with April.
She really makes you feel special.
Hey friends, hang out with me weekdays here on Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3 each day from 10 to 3.
Coming up on Wheel, every spin brings a handful of emotions. From laughs to gasps and everything in between. Next Wheel.
Tuesday at 7 on CoastTV.
Jeopardy Champions wildcard rules.
You gotta phrase it in the form of a question.
And Ken's advice.
Gotta get it out.
Have our champions thinking twice.
Gotta unleash the power.
You know, I like that, yeah.
Next Jeopardy.
Tuesday at 7:30 on CoastTV.
What is disability?
People are afraid of the word disability because we've been socialized to think about it as a bad thing. Disability cuts across all identities. Disability is everywhere.
We're talking about showing different disabilities, authentic, realistic, very fresh.
It's really a part of my life, how I understand myself, and also how the world understands me.
Celebrating disability, allyship, access, action.
We are looking at a gorgeous afternoon. Perhaps you're looking for a pumpkin, doing some apple picking. This is the time of year, and this is the kind of day. We'll see increasing clouds into the afternoon, lower 60s, a little cooler with the north and northwest breeze, then 50s into this evening. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day forecast, warming things up to about 70 by Thursday, a better chance of rain Friday and Saturday, then drier on Sunday.
I'm going to go pumpkin picking then, Bob. Thank you. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News Midday. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. But don't forget to join us again for Coast TV News at 5 later this afternoon. Have a great day.